So this icon of the mountain in the space is made out of wood remnants from my woodworking practice. I build the frames for my sculptural artwork out of wood. And it really, to me, was significant that I had to build around this AC unit. So there was this existing structure in the space that was really dominating. And so it took me some time to think through how I was going to integrate this and make it like fold into the space essentially. And it's interesting because what it ended up being is really referential to hierarchy and like government structures, like dominance. And that kind of dictated the text that was written on it as well, which is West cleaved north and south, East distorted its shape and forgot that it is not whole. And then on the other side, what if my grandfather hadn't stolen the babies? What alternate stories were to be? And so what this is referencing is the fact that the West, America through the Korean War, because of the Cold War, divided North and South Korea into two separate countries. And at this point, I hope to think that that's not a permanent situation, but resolving that conflict is going to be a lot of diplomatic work. And then the text on the other side about my grandfather is a reference to my white maternal grandparents' response to Korean orphans born during the war. And they went and adopted 8 children of their own and then started Holt International Adoption Agency. And I have had to really question these narratives that I grew up where they saved the orphans and really rethink about white saviorism and the way my family played a part in this international stage of what happens after war and what countries are and peoples are forced to kind of grapple with to survive in these hostile environments. And so again, like going back to the pre-existing structure and having to work around it, I think that's all sort of metaphorical for this icon of the mountain in the space. Someone referenced it, a fellow artist referenced it as brutalism, meaning that there's a form of architectural style that is brutalist, and it means exposing the material for what it is. And I kind of like that as a descriptor also of the brutalism of imperialism and colonization that Korea experienced and was, transported all over Asia and different parts of the world.